successful martial arts master, city councilman, and Olympic gold medalist. He was also on the WMAC Masters television show back in the 90s. We got Master Herb Perez, and I hope I'm not killing his name. I think that's how you say it. And well, anyway, you know, I'm excited to have him on the show, and I'm a huge fan. And when I was a teenager, I probably said this before, you know, I used to watch a lot of that show, WMAC Masters, and that's where I discovered the guy, you know, and I've been a fan ever since, and I've always wanted to talk to him and all that. So anyway, I just want to remind you guys that you have just entered the Mavericks Dojo. When you competed in Barcelona in 1992?
Yeah.
You were, if I remember, you were a gold medalist in Taekwondo.
Correct.
Which to me, that's like a huge accomplishment. You know what I mean?
I mean, most kids started out back when I was doing it for self-defense and for, we lived in a tough city, New York City, and so I started for that reason. Then I started to actually compete, and, people started to realize I did pretty good at that, and as a result of that, I started to compete more and more on regional and then state levels, and then I tried my first national championship in 1981, and then each year I progressively made it higher till I won. I took first place at the national championships in 1986, and I became world champion in 87, and over the years won a bunch of, won the Pan Am gold medal and the Olympic gold medal, and it really all started out when I was coming up as part of a self-defense need, but then just a love of the sport as a competition sport. I just didn't think there was anything more dynamic, more anything that could use your body and your mental acumen to such a better degree.
How did it feel when you got to the Olympics? That must have been big, man, for you.
I mean, that's the culmination of a life career, right? So you do all this stuff hoping that might work out, and it doesn't always work out for everyone. And for me, it was, I was very fortunate that it worked out. And so I was, very proud to have had that opportunity, but more importantly, to be able to realize that dream and win for the country. I was the only American that won that year.
So it does feel kind of different in comparison to your other Taekwondo championships, right?
Yeah, and that's the interesting part. I didn't know that it would, because when I won everything else, you win it and nobody really, it's not the biggest thing or the worst thing in the world. But when you win that, it really is doubly special. When you win that, that's a whole different thing. That is, it's a feeling like you can't imagine. It's people revere it. Just winning, just going to the Olympics by itself is something, and then winning is even a bigger thing. So the idea that you actually went to the Olympics, most people are amazed with, but the fact that you win, that's something that they can't even comprehend.
Wow. Were you nervous when you got there?
Not by then, no. I mean, but by then I had been fighting and winning and competing at a high level for a very long time. And so I didn't get nervous any longer. It wasn't something that happened. But I had realized that you have to just have fun and enjoy the experience. So I got to a place where I was just enjoying what I was doing. I knew it was going to be my last tournament. So I enjoyed every single moment of it.
Who are your instructors coming up in your martial arts training?
Well, Ki Chung Kim was 1967 national champion in Korea, came to the States and taught all of us. One of my seniors was Mark Williams, one of the best ever point fighters, had won the All-American like 7 times. One of my Kung Fu instructors was Sifu Vizio, who was a PKA world champion kickboxer, like 11 titles. So I've been very fortunate to have great instructors who shared their knowledge with me and allowed me to become the best that I could become.
Awesome. How did you end up on WMAC Masters?
They asked me, I was going to law school, and at that point I was interested in just law school. And they saw me at the Olympic Games, and they asked me to come down and see them. So I said, I'm going to really focus on law school. I don't really have an interest. but they said, please, please come down and see us. So I went down and I met with them anyway. And as a result of that, they kind of, like they said, well, you get an action figure. So I said, well, okay, I'll come to law school.
I owned one, by the way.
Come on, those things. That's the whole reason I did the show. It was fantastic. So I still have a few. But what a great opportunity that was to do things that you couldn't really do.
Yeah. Do you still hook up with those guys that you work with on the show?
I do. Once in a while, Larry Lamb is out this way. We're trying to put together a little reunion between all the guys just for fun and the girls. Richie Brandon passed away, unfortunately.
Wow.
But there's, a bunch of good, talented athletes. Whole different world. Not my world, not Olympians, but in their own rights, Olympians. Really just the top of their sport. Can't say good enough things about those guys. Those guys are really competent athletes.
Cool. Do you still train a lot these days, or do you just teach?
I do. I still train all the time, and I train every day, and I train my athletes for competitions. I have 1,800 kids in my schools, and I train them all the time. I ride a lot of bicycle these days as well. That's my main source of exercise. I still kick and punch though every day.
Your school is called Gold Medal Martial Arts. Am I correct?
Correct.
Okay. And you're also a politician, I believe, right? You're a city councilman or something at Foster?
I'm mayor of my city. So
what are your duties?
My city this year.
What are your duties there? Like, what do you do?
Yeah, it's you just budgets. I was on the board of directors of the Olympic Committee, Olympic Council of Asia, and other things, and so I had the skill set I had developed, and so I wanted to continue using that skill set, and so I was fortunate to be able to run for city council. They approached me. I ran, won. This is my second term, and so it's kind of big. It's big stuff, but it's great to be able to use the skill sets I developed over the years.
Awesome. And one last question: any projects coming up, or any projects coming up, or anything that
right now I'm focused on becoming Father of the Year.
Awesome.
I got 2 kids, and that's what I'm focused. What I focus on now is I help people with projects as they need them. So I had written a book. I'm looking at writing a second book. I wrote a curriculum for the United States Taekwondo called the Torch Program. We rolled that out with Maya. That was a good success. I'm looking at what that next venture might be. I want to do a series of life skill vignettes that we would give to martial arts school owners to help them build that component of their building. But those are some of the things that I'm thinking about currently. But this next next year I've got to focus on the city council stuff, and that's really the focus of my life at this point, along with my children and my wife.
That's very good. Excellent.